Hi, welcome to Art Appreciation Virtual Tour. I am Beatrice, and I'm about to take you on a walk through our exhibition ranging from Dadaism, Art Deco, Bauhaus, and Surrealism. Follow me. Now that we are inside, let's take a look at here first. This is the first room where some of the Dadaism or Dada art collections displayed. Dadaism began in 1912 and lasted until 1920. It is in a form of music, literature, paintings, sculptures, performance art, photography, and puppetry were all used to annoy and upset the creative and political elites in Dada art. As with Dadaism, in the mid-1910s, refugee artists and intellectuals from Europe's war-torn capitals founded the Dada movement in Zurich. It was influenced by Cubism, Expressionism, and Futurism, but it appeared from dissatisfaction with what its practitioners saw as an unfair and pointless war. Dadaist artists expressed their dissatisfaction with violence, war, and nationalism, and allied themselves with radical left-wing and far-left politics. The first exhibition collecting some famous examples of Dadaism artworks in Western art movement, starting with this work of art by Marcel Duchamp in 1917 called Fountain, Duchamp. This included an armat, signed urinal. Duchamp's ready-mades had a huge impact on how people thought about art and opened the path for many other revolutionary artists to come after him. Another example would be this bicycle wheel made about 1913 and is one of his earliest ready-mades. A metal bicycle wheel is mounted on a painted wooden seat. This was also created by Marcel Duchamp, who stated, "In 1913, I had the happy idea to fasten the bicycle wheel to a kitchen stool and watch it turn. We are here, in front of this wonderful sculpture. The mechanical head, or also known as the spirit of our time, made in 1920 by Raoul Haussmann. Haussmann's polycut tailor's dummy head has an impressive foolish and sad appearance to it, an absence of emotion that travesties all of sculpture's great emotive faces, from Michelangelo's Moses to Rodin's Thinker. And lastly, this is the Man Ray's titled Dangerous violin made in 1924. Man Ray admired Jean-Auguste Dominique Ingres paintings and based a sequence of photos of the model Kiki in a turban on Ingres' languorous nudes. By painting the F-holes of a stringed instrument over the photographic print and then rephotographing it, Man Ray transformed what was once a classical nude, according to the title, which is a French word for hobby. While Ingres' passion was playing the violin, Man Ray's pastime was toying with Kiki. Objectification and female body adulation are maintained in the image. We are now in the Art Deco between 1920 to 1935. A decorative arts and architecture movement that began in the 1920s and became famous in Western Europe and the United States throughout the 1930s, also known as Style Moderne. Its name is derived from the 1925 Paris Exposition Internationale des Arts Décoratifs et Industriels Modernes, which was the first exhibition of the style. Art Deco design symbolized how modernism became fashionable. In all situations, the idea was to create a sleek, anti-traditional elegance that emphasized wealth and refinement. Despite the fact that Art Deco artifacts were rarely mass-produced, the style's defining characteristics expressed appreciation for the machine's modernity and intrinsic design traits. This magnificent building was built by architect Charles Lee in 1928. Ironically, one of the building's tenants, cinema censor Will Hayes, is shown in nude relief figures in the Tsar of All the Russias. A stone relief of a full frontal nude clutching a film camera may be found beneath each of the building's fire escape landings. A film crew and a plus force-wearing director instruct a gathering of nude figures through a megaphone. Here is this fantastic structure, Eden Teatro in Lisbon. Designed by architects Cassiano Branco and Carlo Florencio Dias in 1931. What was once a cinema or theater building, now an apartment and hotel. A sequence of tableaus portraying performers performing in front of a film crew and camera decorates the building's stone frieze facade. Another example of Art Deco is this remarkable building, which served as a vacuum cleaner factory from 1931 to 1935, was constructed by architects Wallace Gilbert and Partners. The structure now serves as a supermarket. The building site was chosen for its accessibility to the Great Western Railway and docks, making it easier to distribute Hoover vacuum cleaners. The exterior of the Hoover factory building is covered in Egyptian-inspired faience ceramic tiles and is built of snowcrete. Lastly, the main lobby's east and west walls feature two gilt paintings designed by Sir Owen Williams with Ellis and Clark, Great Britain and the Empire, by sculptor Eric Aumonier. The ocean between the two towns is represented by the wavy blue floor design. So we now move on to Bauhaus in 1920 to 1925 artworks, still in the Western art movement. Bauhaus was an influential art and design movement that began in 1919 in Weimar, Germany. The movement encouraged teachers and students to pursue their crafts together in design studios and workshops. The Bauhaus movement championed a geometric, abstract style featuring little sentiment or emotion and no historical nods, and its aesthetic continues to influence architects, designers and artists. This is the fantastic work of art by Paul Klee, a Swiss-born German artist who was born in 1879 and died in 1940. We are looking at his artwork called Red Balloon. While he was influenced by Cubism, Expressionism, and Surrealism, his work defies categorization. Klee's enthusiasm for youthful, whimsical themes is evident in Red Balloon. Children's art inspired Klee, who saw it as a pure, unadulterated picture of the universe. Vasily Kandinsky's Yellow Red Blue was created in 1925. The picture features squares, circles, and triangles in primary hues, with abstract forms thrown into the mix. There are also black lines that run through the colors and shapes, both straight and curved. This is done to encourage the viewer to think deeply about the art. Finally, is this typical overstuffed club chair, which is the model for this chair because this is club chair model B3 or the Vasily chair by Marcel Breuer made in 1925. The canvas seat, back, and arms appear to float in space, and the sitter's body does not come into contact with the steel framework. The chair was described by Breuer as his most extreme piece, the least artistic, logical, cozy, and mechanical. It was also his most influential design, bringing in a radical new approach to furniture. We are now on to the last topic, which is Surrealism, which began in 1920 and ended in 1930. Surrealism focused on positive expression rather than negative. Surrealism seeks to transform human experience. It strikes a balance between a rational view of life and one that emphasizes the unconscious and dreams power. It has no unifying style, Yet there is a range of possibilities in painting that falls between two extremes. In 1928, an amazing piece of art was made by René Magritte, The Treachery of Images. When Magritte was 30 years old, he painted this. A pipe is depicted in the illustration. Ceci n'est pas une pipe, French for this is not a pipe, was painted beneath it. The picture depicts a pipe, not a pipe itself. He blended visuals and text in a style that was influenced by both children's books and Magritte's early commercial career. In an illustrated essay titled Words and Images, the artist outlined his reasons for word-image paintings. We are here, in front of this wonderful work of art titled Harlequin's Carnival, made about 1924. Carnival of Harlequin is the final picture in a series by Joan Miró that incorporates the color scheme and environment of his native Catalonia, Spain. The strange person pictured in the canvas's central left corner, with a half-red, half-blue mask and a diamond pattern on his tunic, refers to Italy's Commedia dell'arte. The Harlequin is a foolish stock character who is constantly unsuccessful in love in this popular type of play. Last but not the least, an example would be the Ubu Imperator, made in 1923 by Max Ernst. The artwork shows an anthropomorphic top dancing in a huge desert landscape. A spinning top, a red carcass with iron reinforcement, and human hands combine to form an amazing image of the Ubu father. Alfred Jarry's horrific symbol of authority. This early work, which is today regarded as proto-surrealist due to its bizarre juxtapositions, reflects the artist's knowledge of renowned psychologist Sigmund Freud's theories, acquaintance with myth, and great wit. That's the all for our virtual tour today. I hope that you learned something from our tour. Thank you.